Hello. Welcome back to the Armchair Pundits podcast. The Africa Cup of Nations Round 16 delivered everything we expect from AFCON. Late drama, penalties, red cards, and favourites pushed to the edge, and a few real statement performances. We're going to go through every game in detail before previewing the quarterfinals. Today, I'm joined by James and Lamont. Gents, how you doing?
All good, bro. All good.
Good over here, man. Good over here.
Good. Well, first of all, James, we've got our customary guest to player section. So over to you. Who is the guest to player this week?
All right. Here we go. Coming up right now. So I'll let you know the names of the clubs. So the first club is FC Rouen. The second club is XL Muskron. Then the person went to Hoffenheim, then to West Ham, then to Newcastle, then to Chelsea, then to Besiktas, then to Shenhua, then to Bex. Then I think there was a little loan period there. Then you've got Bakashehir. Hopefully I haven't butchered that. And then finally, FC Lugano.
Yeah. I'm better with club names than I am with player names, to be fair. Sure.
Give you a clue. It's a striker.
Oh, nah, he never paid. I know who it is.
Go ahead and say it. Who do you think it is?
Demba Ba.
Yep.
You're all right.
Good
Demba
job.
Ba.
Yeah.
Good job. Back over to you, Leon.
Great. Thanks, James. Well done, Lamont, for getting that. So, over to the round of 16. The first match, which took place on the weekend, was Senegal versus Sudan. And in that game, Sudan took a very, very early lead and stunned the Senegalese team into action. And they ended up storming back to win 3-1 with goals from Pape Gueye and Ibrahim Mbaye. Guys, what did you think of the game?
They came out of the blocks. That's all I got to say. Sudan weren't coming out to mess around. And I think
they watched that pod, bro. We gave them a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, based on their previous performance, I think they were lacking a little bit of entertainment and just kind of gusto. And they, first 5 or 10 minutes, you could see that they were trying to just get an early goal, get the win behind them, and then probably go from there. It took a little while for Senegal to break them down, though. And I was a bit shocked by that because they've got some superb attacking threat. Do you know what I mean? They've got some real quality up top. Like they said, cream always rises to the top, and I think even with the goal down, I think Sudan would have had to have scored 2 to really give them an opportunity to kind of break away from the favourites in that match.
I think I said in the group, funny enough, at one point I said, did we not give Sudan enough credit in the group? Because coming up to half time it was 1-1. And honestly, I expected it to be like 2 or 3-0. And like 2-0 with missed chances, 2-3-0. So I gave them a bit of credit, but obviously on a stroke of half time, they go 2-1 down. And then it's like, okay, cool. The Ryan's going to be in the wall. But again, still to their credit, the amount of chances that Senegal missed, but every single goal they scored was top quality. I give them that. The strikes, especially Ibrahim Mbaye's goal, the 17-year-old from PSG, mate, that finish just roofed it. Like, okay, cool. And then he missed a header later on.
Yeah.
But credit to my boy, Sadio Mane. I think he might have equaled the record or he's close to the record for assists in the African Nations Cup. African Cup of
He's
Nations.
either equaled it or he's beaten it. I can't remember, but I did hear in commentary them say that he's definitely equaled the record at the least with 8 assists, I think.
Yeah, the last assist. The pass for that assist. Yeah, it got a tiny deflection.
Yeah, but you don't even watch that.
Yeah,
don't even watch that. It was a good pass, man.
So they're looking good for my favourites, and Sudan earned respect from me. To be honest, may not care about the respect I'll give them, but
it's true though. It's true.
Man. They put up a good fight.
It must feel good for Mane, being the guy who's had to carry that nation in the past, knowing that he's got some real attacking threat around him. I think in the past, they've had good players in other areas, especially in defence and in midfield. But in the forward areas, he's really got some real support. So he doesn't have to do the sort of running around that he used to have to do previously. And, it's great for him that they've got youngsters coming through as well to take them through to the next stage. So, it's going to be interesting to see how they get on in the quarters.
The one issue in the game was something that we've been talking about on the pods in general. That VAR penalty decision.
Sauce.
Like,
Sauce.
how long did it take?
Too
Like,
long.
seriously, it felt like it was 5 minutes. Players were standing there for ages and ages and ages. And yeah, it was an offside. And it wasn't even like the Liverpool one where there was 5 centimeter. It was offside.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't understand why it took so long. Like, the manager was looking at his watch saying, what's going on?
Yeah.
And obviously, then they had the other one for another offside for one of the other goals.
It gets a little bit monotonous, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
as soon as you see VAR getting involved, you think you might as well just go make yourself a brew and come back, because it's not going to be quickly turned around. And if they send the ref to the monitor, see you later.
Exactly. So I'm guessing they don't have semi-auto there. I'm guessing that's the issue.
I don't think so.
But yeah, good game. Senegal still looking like my favourites, to be honest.
Slow to start though. They can't do that in another game though, James. I've got to be honest, Leo. Honestly, they could not start another game slow, because I feel like going into the quarters, it's going to prove challenging for them to come back from it, I think, just how tight some of the other games were.
It's true. But they got firepower, and I think they're on a good side of the draw.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is the real crunch time now. Anyone going into the quarterfinals, it's the best teams in Africa now. They're the ones that have proved that they deserve to be there. And if you think about the lineup, which we'll talk about a bit later, it's pretty much all of the teams that we thought would be in the mix. They're all there.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on to Mali and Tunisia.
Oof.
And it's the first match to go to penalties in the competition. Started off as a 1-1 draw. 2 very late goals in the game. One, a goal for Tunisia, who took the lead, and then a 96-minute penalty from Sinayoko equalised, and that ended up costing Tunisia, who ended up losing 3-2 on penalties. Mali were reduced to 10 men during the game. What did you make of the red card and how Mali managed to pull this off?
That was a horror tackle.
I mean,
absolutely horror tackle.
We've seen a few of them in AFCON. I feel like that is unfortunately one of the signature things that you will kind of relate to the competition. Unfortunately, like some of the challenges leave you a little bit uncomfortable if it's one of the players that are relative to one of the teams that you support. Do you know what I mean? You're like, oh no, let's not do that. And I've seen a couple with a Mumo on the receiving end of those, but outside of that, I am not overwhelmed with Tunisia. Boys, gents, I'm really not. They kind of underwhelmed me massively there. I feel like they were lucky that they're facing Mali and not Senegal, because they would have got turned all the way around. They were really quite laboured and, they didn't look like they were trying to win the game at all, really, in my opinion, to be honest. Mali put up a good fight, and they were unlucky not to get a goal before Tunisia did, because I feel like if they did, I don't know if Tunisia would have been able to come back. Look how long it took them to score.
We did say, we did say earlier in the tournament that we felt Tunisia didn't have enough cutting edge in attacking areas, and that proved to be their downfall, because in this game, obviously Mali dug deep, they hung in there for as long as possible, but for Tunisia to have struggled to create enough chances to even cause more problems to Mali.
10 men.
Yeah, for a long period of the game, over an hour. Yeah, so pretty disappointing for Tunisia, but good for Mali. We'll feel, it's going to be a tough game against Senegal, which we'll talk more about later on. But for them, great to get through with 10 men and win on penalties. Sorry, James, over to you.
Yeah, go on, James.
For me, I thought Tunisia were terrible. Like, when they played against Nigeria, I was like, okay, you can have those kind of performances against Nigeria. Nigeria, a strong nation, this, that, and the other. But let's be honest, when you go down to 10 men in a tournament like this, you've got to put your best foot forward, and they did not. They did not do that whatsoever. And it just felt like every 5-10 minutes, Mali just got more and more confidence. Mm-hmm. These guys haven't got nothing. Was it the physicality aspect where you've often had that, the physicality of the teams versus the North African countries, sorry. it just felt like that was the case. They just couldn't handle the physicality. Their football wasn't as much of a disparity as you normally get. But yeah, disappointing.
Mali has been struggling to score goals in the tournament as well. They've drawn every game. They've literally drawn every game so far. So for them to even got this far, it's saying a lot. So
they're going to need to fix that ruthlessness in front of goal, I think, between now and the next round. Otherwise, they're going to leave. They're going to leave the competition. They can't wait for penalty shootouts. That's for sure.
No, definitely not.
They can't.
Definitely not. All right. Moving on to the hosts, Morocco pulling out a 1-0 struggle against Tanzania. Tanzania, to their credit, they were really, really, really determined to hang in there. And they had a great chance to score towards the end of the game, which they ended up skying over from inside the 18-yard box. But overall, you just felt like Morocco always had the quality to break them down at some point. And Brahim Diaz with a little bit of skill to beat his man and hit a brilliant right foot strike into the net. What was your take on the game?
He come up clutch to them a few times now, Lee, to be fair.
Mate, I think he's top scorer in the tournament, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's scored every game he's played.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you wanted in your striker. I think we spoke about this before. As you get later on into the competition, the attacking threat needs to be like ruthless. They need to be making sure that they are the difference. Tunisia definitely rode their luck in this. Don't get me wrong. They had the big chance that they missed, but they rode their luck a little bit because Morocco, they always looked like they were going to score. Like always. There was always, they were always creating some real opportunities, but I feel like they were going for the perfect goal too much in points. They controlled the game though, let's be honest. And Tunisia, for them to get a draw and get that to extra time or even penalties, I feel like it would have been very unlucky for Morocco if they'd have taken them all the way down to the extra time. But you know what they say, man. They were the favourites in this match and they came out.
Yeah. Listen, I will say very disappointing. I'll say they weren't good enough. But tournament football, in the knockout stages, you just have to win. It's not always about winning well. Just get this. No, I was about to say get 3 points. Just get the result at the end of the day, and then you sit back in the hotel or in the meeting room, and then discuss what went wrong and fix it next game. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen because they would have got told that wasn't good enough for a home nation to put a performance like that against Tanzania. So I expect a lot better from them in the next game, and we'll see where they go from there. But the next game's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy at all.
And we'll move on to that. Perfect timing. South Africa 1, Cameroon 2. Cameroonians right now showing that Etu may have made the right choice with who he's chosen as the coach and the team that's been picked. What did you make of the game? South Africa disappointed again, kind of going into the knockout stages.
So their main striker that they got up top, is it Kofani?
Yeah.
Did he pay for Leverkusen, right?
Yeah.
He is some sort of target man. I got to be honest. Like when he's involved, he takes at least 2 defenders out of the game. He reminds me of he's Eto'o-esque, if you like. Maybe not necessarily completely got all the quality. Yeah. But he's got that ilk to him. Again, was South Africa unlucky to not push Cameroon further down the line? I don't know, but yeah, Cameroon they look good for it, man.
They were good for it. I mean, they went 2-0 up and they were in control. South Africa, once they're gone down, they responded well, tried to get themselves back in the game, but ultimately it was too little, too late, and they started off slow. And once Cameroon, built up their lead, it was always going to be tough for them to pull it all the way back.
Yeah. I think it was the Cameroonians' experience, though, of it being in the tournament that kind of made them rise to the top, you know what I mean? It's just...
They're always there or thereabouts. No matter what squad they seem to have, they always seem to do fairly well in AFCON tournament, so no surprise.
It did surprise me, though, because they gave up a lot of the ball in the second half and a lot of chances. And I didn't expect the second half to be that much of a one-way territorial kind of game.
Yeah.
But I said it about the game before. You got to get through the game, get through the rounds, and then improve the next one.
Can I just tell you about one of the highlights that really got me in this particular game? I think we were speaking about it earlier on in the chat in regards to just the players going down quite a lot. Now, there was an incident with Foster, and I don't know who the Cameroonian centre-back was, so excuse me for that. But they were basically battling for the ball, and the defender's just thrown himself to the ground. Absolutely no reason for him to do so.
Mm-hmm.
The referees called it, and I feel like he called it via the lino because Foster was he was out of sorts.
He's lucky.
He's lucky that he didn't get a red. He got a yellow, but he went straight to the lino, put his face in the lino's face, face. Lino's put his hand in his face, basically touching him, and Foster's boxed his hand away. That, for me, that's a red.
It's a red card. He gets red card in England. All day long, he gets a red card. Yeah. He gets a red
But again,
card.
James, I think you touched on it, just, the European element of attitude phasing into the AFCON, where, people are diving and stuff. It's a little bit, it does leave you a little bit uncomfortable, doesn't it? Like, it's not good to watch.
But what annoys me about it is that the commentators say, "Oh, he did well there. His experience there." No, like all because he knows he's going to the corner. You literally throw yourself on the floor, and referees buy it. And I think that's the problem for me. Is that they referee so many games. How did they not know that? How did they not see the guy just fell over? Play on.
It's not even just a ref.
You fall over, play on. Then they'll stop doing it. They'll stop doing it.
The linos are cool. Well, the linos. The assistant referees are giving the fouls as well.
Yes.
They're waving the flag and you're like, come on, bro. You know exactly what the player was trying to do. And yes, there are times where the defending player is silly because you know if you initiate any sort of contact, the player is going to go down. So just don't initiate contact. Just get as close as you can. Don't challenge, but just make sure you make it difficult for them to get out of the situation. But typical. We complain about it in all forms of football. Moving on swiftly to Egypt, who struggled against Benin, ended up as 3-1 winners, but after extra time. And you have to say Egypt got away with one here. Benin were very, very, very determined to hang in the game, and they done well. I think Egypt took the lead through Atia, and Benin equalised in the 83rd minute to take it to extra time, where I think Egypt's experience ended up being the difference in the game. What did you guys make of it? And a familiar face scoring the clincher in 120 minutes of the game.
The equaliser, Egypt's goal was a goal. It was a really good goal. And when you saw the equaliser, you're like, how unfortunate can you be realistically? Because he tries to cross it, you stick your leg out, goalkeeper is gone. He's like, okay, cool.
No man's land. Yeah.
Then he makes a world-class save, and then the striker or the player, Dosu, is just like, nope, I'm putting that in. And they go crazy. Egypt deserved to go through by far. Benin tried their chance. Can we take it to extra time? Can we nick it? That kind of game. And they almost did. I say almost did. 7 minutes into extra time, they conceded. So they didn't almost, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even then, that header, from that far out, looping over the goalkeeper, I'll ask you, was it poor goalkeeping or was it just unlucky?
When you have a looping header that hits the post, you kind of say unlucky, but at the same time,
far out.
You feel like the keeper has time to move his feet rather than diving. If he moves his feet, he's got more of a chance of stopping it. And I feel like he could have moved his feet rather than just trying to dive for it.
But Lee, when it does that, it's
hard.
That when it goes all the way up, it was almost vertical.
But it was from where the header took place.
Yeah, bro.
It felt like the goalkeeper has time to do something more.
I hear it.
I mean, look, we're not goalkeepers in it, so it's difficult for us to be like.
I'll ask him.
The thing about it is, we're talking like that goal would have made a difference. I mean, before they scored that absolute banger from outside the box to kind of, make it 1-0, they'd had about 3 or 4 chances on goal by that point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Benin they were already feeling the pressure in the cooker. You know what I mean? And
Mamouche had a really good chance in a 1-on-1, which I don't even know. He didn't even get a shot off.
Yeah, mate. I think, what, the way the keeper was coming out, I feel like he fancied his career over one goal. So I think Mamouche might have bottled that, to be honest, because I looked at it, I was thinking, the keeper came out like Shamichael, but he definitely wanted to. Yeah, he wanted to
He was
take
taking
everything.
everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, man. I mean, Egypt, they did rely on big moments, but they had a lot of opportunities to create them, and I feel like they definitely showed their quality in that game. Benin, they were organised, and I feel like at 1-1, when you go into extra time, you want to be able to hold out for at least the first period of extra time, right? But they weren't able to, and you know, Salah gets the absolute winner. I know he didn't get the actual
He does, innit?
winner, but yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
does.
That's what he does, man. No resting for him. Had to play all 124 minutes of that game.
He's going to be shattered next game.
He got a game off. He got the game before it off, so he's had his rest.
To be honest, at this point there, I was a little bit kind of underwhelmed. Other than the Senegal game, which I feel like was really kind of going for it, I was underwhelmed by all the other games that I was seeing up to this point. I don't know how you guys felt. I feel like
I've enjoyed them.
No. When I say underwhelmed, I'm in terms of the attacking prowess that's on the pitch against how much goals were being scored. I was thinking, come on, man. I know there's more goals in these games. The guys are just they're not finishing them. It's not even like the keepers are making great saves. They just weren't finishing them.
Yeah. It's what happens though, isn't it? It's the pressure levels. And
I hear that.
If the games were finishing 5-6, people were saying, what kind of tournament is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we see it in all the tournaments at certain parts, and it will tighten up as we get closer to the
It started getting really exciting when I saw Nigeria, though. I'm not going to lie. It's not just because you're on the pod, though, James, because there was a few things that was popping off at Nigeria. Leon's going to lead on to that now.
We will indeed. So, Nigeria, with the most impressive scoreline of the tournament so far, first team to score 4 goals, and it was a great 4-0 victory against Mozambique. Goals from Lookman, 2 from Osimhen, and Akor Adams, completing the scoring in the second half. However, we have to talk about a key talking point during the game where Osimhen and Lookman seemed to be at odds, and it seemed like it was more Osimhen who seemed to be aggrieved that he wasn't being given the ball, even though Lookman had already assisted him for both of his goals.
Yep.
There seemed to throw his toys out the pram and demand to be substituted. James, talk to us. What is going on?
He's the side
Mr.
piece.
Osimhen?
I'm going to talk about the team first, because he said it himself. It's a team game. So let me put the person that wasn't thinking about the team to the side.
All right.
Algeria, one of the best performances I've seen for a while from us. The football that they played was fantastic at stages. The passing lanes I was talking about, remember I was saying early in the tournament, we don't see patterns. We're seeing patterns. The last couple of games, some people might say we've been fortunate with the opposition we played, but you've got to beat the opposition in front of you. And Nigeria have struggled at times against weak opposition in the last year and a half. But now, the players seem to be locked in terms of, okay, we have the mission, we know what we're going to do, and we can play football. So let's actually show it. Let's play with a bit of freedom. And I'm seeing freedom out there, and I'm seeing players who are taking their chance. Listen, I apologize to Iwobi. I said previously that there was a poor player. I said they really like him as a deep line number 6. But listen, since I said that, he's had a good tournament.
He has.
Some good performances in the last 2 games, some good passes to lead up to goals. He's like almost doing a hockey assist at the moment. But listen, Luke been playing well. Osimhen scoring goals, not looking offside as he normally is.
What are you talking about? His first one was offside, didn't he?
As normally,
but in the first 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean the first 2 minutes. That's when I messaged you. I was like, here we go again.
But no, on to him now. How do you scream and shout and say it's a team game, yet then do that and then start walking around the pitch and also get sent off? How's that showing it's a team game? That's showing it's
to get subbed.
Yes, he has to get subbed. And apparently, reports have said that he's handing in his accreditation to go back to Turkey. Listen, if you want to go back to Turkey, go back to Turkey. Because then your whole display on the pitch, saying it's a team game, it just goes outside the window. Because then you're not sure
I spoke to you about this a couple of months ago, if you remember.
You did say it, bro.
I was, to be honest, I was met with a little bit of defense, yeah? And I'm going to allow you because, to be honest, where I read and I was looking at just his body language and just hearing the commentary around him and stuff. None of it was positive. And I guess you got to take them things with a pinch of salt because you're not actually seeing every little thing. But now
Exactly.
you've seen it, and he's not even trying to hide it.
Bro, he's not hiding it.
You know, from time the manager and some of the players are coming out saying, listen, what happens in the group stays in the group. You know, there's something to talk about. Otherwise, it's like, it's rubbish. What are you talking about? They're not poo-pooing it. They're saying that this has happened, but we're not discussing it.
To be fair, Lucan tried to poo-poo it. Lucan was like, it's just an argument on the pitch. It happens all the time. I don't think it's a big deal. But then other players are like, oh yeah, whatever happens, we'll keep it inside. I think if they'd all gone down his line, they said it's just an argument on the pitch. It happens. Like this.
You know what? When these type of things happen, when you are trying to find a potential resolution, certain other things come to pass. So if there have been issues with Osimhen in the past, and he's done it, they would have been like, we've forgiven you for all these things you've done.
Yeah.
Now look.
And now you're doing this. This is how you're acting, and you think that it's okay. They basically held him accountable for his own actions, and he stormed off. Because why would you be going home? This is an argument that happens on the pitch. You cannot be upset with a person not passing. We see Ronaldo, we see Cristiano Ronaldo get angry at people not passing to him all the time. It's nothing. So for him to have acted in that way, the good thing for you guys is that the game was already won. So realistically, the chances of them coming back were super slim, and it wouldn't have derailed your tournament anyway. But now that he's decided to go home, does this change? If this is all speculation and it's reports that's coming out from Morocco, do you think it derails your chances of winning a tournament, or do you believe that you have the personnel to replace him?
Well, it derails us. Listen, I still got Senegal as favourites. As much as I want Nigeria to win it, I still think even with Osimhen, Senegal can beat us. So it derails the progression 100% because he's our best striker. And he's a threat. And when he's on the pitch, defenders are scared. As simple as that. So as well as Akko Adams is playing, as well as Paul Oniachu has played coming on, they're not him. And defenders will be a bit more brave to pass out, a bit more brave to come forward and that kind of thing. So it's just not, it doesn't look good. Ironically, I was talking to some people online or socials about it, and some people are backing him. Some people are saying, he's showing the right attitude of a leader. Where was our captain? He pushed away our captain.
What are you talking about?
I should be the one telling them off. He's on a hat-trick. You should give him his hat-trick. If it was 0-0, would you guys be saying this? The same thing?
Rubbish.
Was the pass that Lookman didn't give him? Did he give someone else the right pass at that time?
Equal chance, yeah. One of them he didn't pass to anyone. One of them, it was a pass that was an equal. Okay, I could either give it to you or give it to you. But he wanted his hat trick, and he lost his cool. And for some reason, he seems like he hasn't come back down. But I just find it weird that there's people who actually are watching that and saying, no, he was right to do that. Like, he wants his hat trick, give him his hat trick. What world is this? That's just silly. So those of you that think that way, I can't be there for you. And what I will say to you is, on that thought, the argument of if it was 0-0, he should be doing that kind of thing. Do you agree with that? Or you wouldn't have it won't be a bigger problem?
I don't think he would have acted that way if it had been 0-0. Okay. I actually don't think so. Because in a situation, as you're saying, that Lookman had a chance to play it to, he had two options to pass to. You can be upset and not getting the ball. That happens all the time. But I don't think he reacts in that way. I think it's about the hat trick. And he's a striker. He's goal hungry.
He's 3 goals away from the goal scoring record for Nigeria.
There you go. So for him, he wants to try and break that record maybe before the tournament's out. He wants as many chances as he can to do that. I think these are the type of things that happen when you know the game's won. Yeah. It just surprises me that if the reports are true that he's actually going home, that there's a bigger problem there.
But where the reports have gone further is that he's finished with Nigeria.
Oh yeah, that's what
the report said, that he's done with Nigeria.
Have we heard him say these kind of things before?
That's what I said. No, he never really said it.
But I know that in interviews he's talked about, because we've seen him talk about how difficult it is, the expectations and what the expectations people have because of where he plays and how many goals he scores in Europe compared to how many he hadn't scored at the time. Obviously, his goal record's improved a lot since then, but it could be just emotions. Emotions run high, and it would be silly for him to go home at this point. It really would.
Yeah.
And if he goes home, I hope we win it. Then he misses all the celebrations.
And he'll never be welcome back. That'll be it.
Sometimes silly people forget things, innit? He might get welcome back. Yeah,
leaving in the middle of tournament when you're in the quarters, that's wild.
Things he can. It's football. He can apologize or stuff. He can. I want him back.
When you're talented, you get blighs, bro.
Yeah,
let's not get it twisted, man.
We need him, but there's no World Cup. So anyway.
Well, we'll move on because we've talked enough about Nigeria. Good performance from them. So we can't let Osimhen overshadow a good result.
Mm-hmm.
The last two matches, which were completed today or tonight, Algeria defeating Congo 1-0 with the very, very last, pretty much the last kick of extra time. And what a strike. What a strike it was from Bulbina. Gents, what did you make of the game?
Boy, could have been anybody's, to be honest. It was that kind of game where there was nothing and everything happening. The ball, there was a lot of, the ball was moving around. There weren't many opportunities created. There was quite a few, chances from distance. But for me, the goal kind of summarized what this competition is about. All it takes is a moment of genius for someone like that on the Algerian side just to cut in on Wan-Bissaka and absolutely put it top bins. There was no way the keeper was getting that, even if there were two keepers in there, mate. And he hit that with some venom as well.
Yeah. Listen, it wasn't the best game. And obviously with them being opposition, I probably would have preferred for it to be DR Congo, because Algeria's defensive record, they've conceded 1 goal all tournament. And I think they didn't concede any goals in the qualifiers either. So defensively, they're strong.
Oof, very.
So
you can see that.
Yeah. But they could be got at. And
they do lack something going forward, yes, even with Mahrez. Yeah. They are lacking some.
And he's not a 9-minute player even, Mahrez, really, for them. So
they don't really have a number 9, innit? They don't have a dedicated number 9. I think that's what their problem is. Yeah.
Not proper. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest game, but a great goal that won the game.
Yep. Congo will be disappointed. They've been very defensively resolute this tournament, but I think they'll find themselves disappointing. They didn't really have much cutting edge either going forward. I thought defensively they were pretty sound and in the midfield, but you saw some of the decision making during that game where players had chances, especially in extra time. Players beat a couple of guys and he's gone for the Hollywood strike and he had no chance of getting through. No. All he had to do was slip one of his teammates in and it could have been a good chance. But yeah, I think the better team has probably gone through in Algeria. Ivory Coast was the final game of the round of 16 and goals from a Lamont favourite, Ahmad Diallo, Yan Diomande and Toure with a pretty late stroll down the left wing.
I had to say stroll. I'm glad you said that, Leon. Bro. I'm glad you said that.
Unchallenged from pretty much his own half. But no, 2 good early goals for Ivory Coast. And they never really looked in trouble in this game. They dominated from start to finish and you never ever really felt like Burkina Faso had a prayer. What did you make of the game?
They were too good. Côte d'Ivoire were too good, man. And you saw it from the beginning. The early free kick that they took just went over. Lamont's boy, he's turned up in this tournament. I can see why Lamont looks so sad because he's missing him at club football.
Well, 3 of their players are still in the tournament, aren't they?
Yeah, but he's been outstanding though, Diallo, bro.
Yes, he has.
Every time he gets the ball, he creates a problem.
Assist and goal, isn't it, today?
Yeah. I mean, he had their fullback on a yellow card for the first 10 minutes, bro. The writing was on the wall for him. And then the next time, and then he got the ball, he received the ball again 2 minutes later. And I think he nearly got a chance out of that. But you could see that the player naturally wanted to challenge him, but he knew he was on a yellow, so he had to stand him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
His finish for the first goal was clinical. Right foot as well, which we don't often see from Diallo, but good finish in the 6-yard box. What did you
Did he
make
dink
of?
him? Didn't he dink him? Wasn't it a
It's
little
like a
dink?
Kinda.
poke. It's a dink track poke.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
dinked him,
kinda. But what did you make of Ivory Coast so far in this tournament? We said that they started off a little bit cagey, but
They're
they're
growing
looking
into it,
strong.
man.
Their
They're growing
midfield
into it.
and their defense is solid. But
Yep.
now you're seeing them, getting goals in forward areas. So
They've got so much talent. Like the second goal scorer, we're linked. Liverpool linked with him.
yeah, so we're Tottenham, but we get
Yeah.
linked with everyone and no one.
Diamande is a very good youngster. Probably needs another year, a year and a half where he is.
Yeah. He's
The
at
goal-
Leipzig, isn't it?
Yeah. The goals they scored were good goals. Listen, Torre will be happy because not many there's Africans that have scored from box to box, and he's now added himself to the list. It's not a George Weah box to box by any means.
He literally
But-
didn't have to be. He just ran past one man.
Bro, it's almost like it was like, is someone going to come and stop me? Because I want to waste time. I'm going to waste time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not going to waste time. And then the goalkeeper was like, yeah, you can have it in your post.
Yeah, that was horrible.
There you go. Phew. So they're good. And we knew that if they turned up, they would be a threat.
Mhm.
And listen, in general terms, it's a good thing that there's good football being played and that the big nations actually turning up. You're not seeing too many of them struggling. You're seeing people poke their chest out and say, okay, cool, we want to be the kings of Africa this year. And I'm happy that that's happening. Hopefully Nigeria win that race. But I think from the games we've got coming up, they look like they're all going to be good rounds, good ties.
Yeah, for sure. I'll run through the quarterfinal lineup for you now. So we've got Senegal versus Mali, Morocco versus Cameroon, Egypt versus Ivory Coast, and Nigeria versus Algeria. So let me have your predictions, gents. Senegal, Mali.
You've caught me on the fly on that one,
Yeah,
boy.
bro.
I'll give you my one. Senegal will beat Mali. And it'll be by like at least 2 clear goals, in my opinion.
Are we
They'll be
going
more
for
ruthless.
score prediction or just win or loss?
Nah,
Draw?
just
We
win.
don't do
Just
that.
winners. You don't need to do
Fair.
scores.
Go on.
There's no league for this.
Unfortunately. I think Senegal, they'll win that. Definitely. Yeah, they'll win. They'll beat Mali. I don't think it will be a big emphatic win though, because Mali's defense have been quite resolute, to be honest.
They'll be able to deal with the physical side of Senegal. I think there's it's a 1 goal in that game between the two, as in a 2-1, maybe. But I can't see Mali being able to deal with Senegal cutting edge in the forward areas. So my money's on Senegal. On to Morocco, Cameroon, the hosts, under pressure, playing against Cameroon, known for their tournament guile and experience. Who's your money on?
Morocco.
I can see this one going to extra time. Maybe
I'm going to go for Mbeumo. I mean,
Mbeumo?
Cameroon, sorry.
Hasn't really turned up so far in this tournament.
He really hasn't. 2-1, I think, Cameroon. But that's extra time as well, Leon. I agree with you. I think it's going to go to the break. Yeah,
I think it's going to extra time, man.
I think Morocco will have got a rocket for that performance. Being at home and struggling that badly against Tanzania, it won't be a walkover. But I think they'll about get it 2-1 in real time.
I mean, 2-1 is it's not you're not going out on a limb here. 2-1.
It'll be like we'll be winning 2-0, and then Cameroon will make it interesting later on, possibly. But for most of the game, it'll look like okay, Morocco a superior team.
All right, moving on. Egypt, Ivory Coast.
Oh,
come home, Salah. Come on, Ivory Coast. Send Salah home.
3-2, Ivory Coast.
Man's doing scores now properly, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sorry. Win.
No, it's all right. You can say the score.
Yeah, but 3-2. Yeah, it's 3-2.
I started first.
Something like that. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. They've both got so much attack. I think Ivory Coast have got a lot going forward. You know,
they do, but Egypt are strong defensively. It's gonna be a tight game.
No, I don't think so. You know,
I think
Diallo is on
I think this
smoke.
one's going pens. I think this one's on going pens.
Be a tight game. Like Egypt know how to lock games down. Egypt don't get battered. They don't.
You say that they haven't met Ivory
They-
Coast.
Huh? Yeah, but I don't.
haven't
Like I
met
said,
this Ivory
I don't
Coast,
mind. We can get, what do you call it?
He wants Mo back. He wants
so
Mo
we
back.
get
They
Mo
got no
back.
strikers at Liverpool right
Exactly.
now.
We can get him back. But for me, nah, it'll be tight. It'll be tight. I said, I think you might be right. You said extra time, right, Leon?
Yeah, I think that one's going to pen.
I think it might go extra time, and then hopefully Salah doesn't do Salah and steal it, because then it means that Diallo comes back. He can stay there.
I think I think the Nigeria game is going to be Nigeria won't concede. I think they'll win that 2-0 or 3-0 easily.
Yeah, we'll win that.
Well, that was emphatic.
Sorry,
Nigeria
guys.
winning 2-0, 3-0, yeah? All
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
I'm not sure about 2-3-0.
Do you know what it is? Because Algeria, they did not even...
They don't concede though, bro. They don't concede.
Yeah, you say that,
but
I mean...
Nigeria have these moments. Nigeria have these moments where someone has not done well, and then Nigeria say, "Okay, we'll let you play," and you'll be like, "Why? What happened to the last couple of games you just played? Like, where's the Nigeria that we know?" So it's not going to be a walkover. And if the cloud of Osimhen is still around, then hopefully someone goes in there and says, "Okay, I'm taking your space, and I'm going to prove."
It will either galvanize them or it will cause a rift.
Yeah, bury them.
It's going to be a tough game. It'll be a tough game.
Interesting.
Nigeria win though.
We will see. That is our roundup of the round of 16 and our preview of the quarterfinals. Gents, it's been a pleasure. Please, please, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and please add your comments. If you've been watching any of the games, if you've had any thoughts on how AFCON has been from your perspective, please, please, please share your thoughts with us. We thank you for joining us again, and we will always respond to comments if you do add any comments. So thanks again for joining us. Gents, have a good night. Until the next time, take care.
Peace out. Peace out. Go Super Eagles.